Good morning, Knights, and welcome back to another Nightlife.
My name is Anaya Fountain, your host.
And my name is Pasha Nasser.
On today's news, we have some interesting segments in store for you guys. So sit back and relax and enjoy today's show. The weather has been quite cold lately, hasn't it?
It definitely has. With numbers as low as 46 degrees in the early mornings, while in the afternoon it can get as high as 76 degrees. But I'm sure Donald has some more information about that.
It's time to get weather the one and only way, with Don the Weatherman. Hey Vanguard, it's Don, your weatherman, back reporting this week to tell you how your weather is feeling today and what's coming up this weekend and next week. Today there's going to be a high of 79 and a low of 58, partly cloudy with a 40% chance of rain. The rain's going to be coming from the north this time as that cold front moves down a little bit, although temperatures are going to be ranging 10 to 30 degrees higher than average for this time of year around the country. This weekend there's going to be highs around 78 and lows around 61. Rain's coming in once again, rainy all weekend, so be prepared for that. Coming up next week, when looking at the forecast, there's going to be a high of 79 and a low of around 49. So some cooler temperatures, but still way above average this time of year. Rains throughout the first half of the week and clearing up to end the week with a beautiful, warm week. All right, Vanguard, it's been Don, your weatherman reporting for Nightlife. See you next week.
Now, I heard that this past Tuesday, teachers had gotten the opportunity to dress up for Black History Month.
Yes, I did hear about that. Sounds exciting. Let's hear more about that with Nathan.
Welcome back, Knights. Tuesday, teachers dressed up for Black History Month. They wore African-American clothing. They did this to honor the struggle of those who came before us. Let's go talk to some of those teachers who dressed up. What did you fit today?
Today we got a little African-American attire today. We'll represent Black History Month, so we want to make sure we give back by dressing up today. All the teachers, all the supportive teachers that's here at Vanguard High School. Our dress code was make sure we come in African-American attire.
What was your input on the teachers dressing up?
I think it's a great way to show history.
As you can see, a lot of teachers dressed up for Black History Month. Well, that's all I have for you today. Now back to our anchors.
Thank you so much, Nathan, for the news report. Personally, I think all the teachers that participated did a really good job. What do you think?
I think this was a really good job. Considering the fact that we teens don't get exposed to those kinds of subjects all that often, it's a refreshing approach to Black History Month.
Couldn't have said it better myself. But have you heard about the recent news that our state government is trying to pass a new bill?
I have, but I don't really know that much about it.
Well, apparently, our state government is trying to pass a new bill where kids under 16 years old cannot have social media anymore.
That's crazy. Glad I'm not 16. Oh.
Well, let's hear more about that from Zach.
If you're under 16, you may not be able to have social media because Florida's trying to pass a bill that prevents anyone under 16 from even having social media. But why are they doing this? Because of rise of suicides and cyberbullying in Florida. How are they going to enforce it? Well, if they suspect anyone being under 16, they could just terminate the account. Well, let's just see what people think about this.
I feel like 16 is like too high of an age. I feel like it should be shortened to like 15 or 14.
Oh, I can go right now? I feel like 14-year-olds definitely should be the age minimum or like the maximum age instead of 16.
On one hand, I think the social media ban is good as far as like the safety for children goes, especially like the younger generations that are getting on social media. I mean, we have people getting on social media that are like 10, 11, 12 years old, and I think sometimes that can get like a very, we're treading a line where it could be unsafe. But on the other hand, social media has given us this really cool ability to be able to connect with people that in the past, before social media, we weren't able to connect with. So I think having social media as a 16-year-old is good for that reason. And also a lot of teens get news, like political news and like economical news and stuff like that from social media, which is always a good thing for them to be involved in, even if it's not from like a main news source. They're getting some sort of news and getting used to hearing about that kind of stuff because it matters in the future. So it's kind of, I don't know, good and bad, I guess. I'd personally like to see them still be able to have social media, but.
Well, that's it, Knights.
Hey there, Knights. This is Carter Moore, back to check you up on some recent news. Internationally, Vanguard, yesterday, Thursday, February 29th, was Leap Day, which is a day that happens once every 4 years. Now, the reason for this is that it takes the Earth a little longer than 365 days to revolve around the Sun, so over 4 years, that little extra time adds up to about a day. Now, there's nothing inherently special about this day, but its uniqueness prompts some crazy celebrations, like Wendy's free cinnamon roll. Now, in my opinion, it'd be mighty unfortunate if you were born on Leap Day, because you'd only have a birthday once every 4 years. In America, Vanguard, St. Augustine to be specific, there has been a Florida Man competition in which a bunch of Florida men have gotten together to compete in a bunch of different events, including a food eating competition and a dueling competition, which had an inflatable pool filled with muddy water, in which the Florida men would fight each other with weapons made of pool noodles. Now, last but certainly not least, they had a theft simulator relay, in which the Florida men would perform in a relay while holding things such as bicycles to get through it. Now, James Gordon of DeLand says he's lived in Florida his entire life, and I quote, says, "They're calling these events, I'm calling these Tuesday afternoon." Locally, Vanguard, next week is the last week to get your grades in for quarter 3, because then it'll be spring break. So be sure to get those missing assignments in. Back to the anchors.
Now on to This or That.
Hello, Vanguard. My name is Mario Durant, and I'm the host of the brand new This or That cereal tournament.
The rules are simple. Each week, 2 out of 8 cereals will be put up against each other. The week's winner will get to move up a bracket. The last one standing will be crowned the winner.
This week's competitors are Fruity Pebbles and Fruit Loops. Let's see which one the voters like more. Fruit Loops or Fruity Pebbles?
Fruit Loops. Fruity Pebbles. Yeah. I'm gonna have to go with Fruity Pebbles, sure.
Fruit Loops or Fruity Pebbles?
I think Fruity Pebbles. I'm a Fruit Loops person, honestly. Fruit Loops. Really? Fruity Pebbles.
Probably Fruity Pebbles.
Fruit Loops or Fruity Pebbles?
Fruity Pebbles.
Fruit Loops.
Fruit Loops. Definitely Fruit Loops.
The Fruity Pebbles, all day. I want my milk strawberry delicious. I'm with Raybold, Fruity Pebbles, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. They just hit different.
Fruit Loops or Fruity Pebbles?
Fruity Pebbles on top. Fruit Loops.
Fruity Pebbles, most definitely.
Fruit Loops.
Fruity Pebbles.
Fruit Loops or Fruity Pebbles?
Fruity Pebbles.
Fruit Loops.
I choose Fruity Pebbles.
Well, Knights, since Fruity Pebbles won 14-11, it gets to move on to the next bracket. Next week, Cinnamon Toast Crunch and Fruity Pebbles will be going up against each other. Tune in for next week of the This or That cereal tournament.
Thank you, Mario. So what's your favorite cereal, Fruity Pebbles or Fruit Loops?
I definitely love Fruit Loops more.
Really? I like Fruity Pebbles. That's why Fruity Pebbles won this round.
Well, they shouldn't have.
Now on March 6th, there's going to be a Unity Day where people go in the cafeteria and sign a banner.
That sounds lovely. What's the banner for?
It's to showcase how Unity Day brings people together.
That's great.
Well, Knights, that's all for today's news.
Have a great day, Vanguard, and remember,
Go Knights!